welcome back to Way of the Wrench, and on today's very special episode, I'm going to be showing you everything you need to know to be able to get your LG C series OLED monitor set up so that it will automatically turn on with the cabinet power. We'll get it to automatically shut off when we shut the cabinet, and we're also going to make sure that the power is still connected to the monitor so that it can do its pixel refreshing when we're done using it. And some other settings on that LG screen so that we can make sure that there is no burn-in or image retention. So stick around, you're not going to want to miss it. First things up, how do we get our LG monitor to turn on when we put the power on to our virtual pinball cabinet? This is an easy one. Let me show you something out back. Looking through the back access hatch, and if you've been following along in the series, you'll know that I've installed a master slave power strip. And I will post a better, clearer shot in edit so you guys can follow along easier. Now, what this allows us to do is take the power plug from the PC and plug it into the outlet up here that's marked master. And down here on the green side that says switched or controlled is everything else that we want to turn on when that PC turns on. Now, this is a great setup because when you turn on your PC, all your screens and power supplies and everything turn on. However, if we plug our LG monitor into this, it will turn on and off, no problem. However, it turns it off and it literally kills the power going to that screen. So this will not allow your pixel refresh to happen for the 10 minutes after you shut it off. So we have to plug our LG monitor up here on the gray side that's marked always on. So that way the power is always going to that screen. However, this is giving us another problem, which is we now need something else to be able to shut off the monitor, yet still have it plugged into power so it can do its pixel refresh. So that's the next thing I'm going to show you. Now, as for getting this LG monitor to turn on with the PC, that automatically happened. So all I had to do is have that LG monitor plugged into the always on outlet and then having the PC output going to the HDMI 1 on this TV. Okay, here's the auto turn on. Right now, to turn your OLED screen off, you literally could use the remote that came with the TV and manually power it off every single time. But that kind of sucks, right? We spent a lot of money. Let's make this thing a real trick vpin where it's just a one button push and the whole thing shuts off like it should. And imagine putting the remote in a dumb place and spending forever looking for it every now and then. And then the last thing too is if you are actually turning on screens in a certain order and a certain timing, you can actually sometimes affect the order of the displays when your virtual pinball software starts up, and you might end up with your playfield up on your back glass or vice versa. So let's make this a same thing happening every single time we want to shut this off. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to use an app called the LG Companion app. So let me show you how to set that up. All right, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we need to actually get the monitor to be able to be turned on by Wi-Fi, and we need the actual IP address that the TV is getting as well from our local Wi-Fi. So take your remote and point it at the screen and hit the little gearbox button. Move the cursor down to the gear symbol where it says all settings. Click on that. Okay, and then we're going to go down to General, and then go down to Network. Okay, then you're going to have to pick the internet connection. So this is mine right down here. Click on that. And then if you don't have the Wi-Fi connection turned on, make sure you turn it on. And then you're going to go down here to Other Network Settings. And then scroll down to Advanced Wi-Fi Settings. And then scroll down again. And then right now you're going to want to take a picture or write down your IP address. Make sure you got it correct. You also need the MAC address. So write that down exactly how it is so that you can put it into the LG Companion app. Okay, and then we can kick back. Okay, and then there's one other thing we have to turn on. So you're going to go down to External Devices. Click on that. And then scroll down to TV on with mobile. Click on that. And you want to make sure that you have the turn on via Wi-Fi checked off here, otherwise it's not going to work. Okay, this is all done, so now we can get our LG Companion app set up. Okay, and then we're going to search for LG Companion app. Okay, and this is it right down here, your GitHub, jperson77 LG TV Companion. Click on that. Okay, once the site pops up, you're just going to scroll down till you see Releases, and then where it says Latest. So you can click on that. Okay, and when this pops up, you're going to go down to lgtv.companion.setup.msi. Click on that. and let it download. Okay, and it might pop up saying that it doesn't trust it. You just got to click on these 3 little dots and go keep. And it's saying that Microsoft Defender couldn't verify if it's safe. Just go for it. Keep anyway. And then download it. Okay, once you've downloaded it, you can go to your download folder. Okay, go ahead and double click on this companion setup. And it's got a little wizard that'll help you through this. So click next. Accept the terms. Click next. Pick where you want this to be. Click next, and then install it. Click yes, and then finish. Okay, we'll minimize this. Okay, now we have to bring up the LG Companion app. So we're going to grab it right here. Now when this screen pops up, this area here is going to be blank on yours. So what you can do is literally just type in something that you want it to remember for this TV. So I just wrote LG TV. You're going to want to make sure that this is checked off for automatically manage this device. And then we have to actually configure this device. So click on configure. And you really don't have to do much in here. What you do need to do though is put in the IP address and the MAC settings for your TV and its Wi-Fi that it's getting. Put it in exactly how you've got it for yours. And really I just left all the settings here. One thing that you want to check is to make sure that you are actually hooked up with your PC into the HDMI 1 spot for your TV. Okay, once you're done, click save and then kick out of it. Okay, now there is some extra settings in here that you can mess with if you need to, but in my case I didn't have to mess with anything in here. And at this point, this is ready to go. Okay, now to test this, all you do is go to the left arrow here and you can go to test, and it will give you a little message saying that when we click yes, it'll shut off, and then it says wait 5 seconds, and then press enter on your keyboard to power it back on. So let's try this out. Click yes. Awesome, there it goes off, and the screen is fully off, and the little ready light is on, so that means there's still power going to this monitor. So that is going to allow that pixel refresh to start when it wants. And then let's press enter to simulate the computer turning back on. Awesome, perfect. So that is all set up and ready to go. All right, so now we have a screen that can now turn on with the PC and yet turn off with the PC as well. So let's test the turning off part. And then this is shutting off the cabinet and this monitor and yet leaving power still hooked up to this so it can do its pixel refresh. Bam. So we're gonna go back to the remote and I've got a couple things to show you here. So click the settings gearbox, go down to all settings. All right, first thing under pictures, we're gonna go to HDR select mode. And when you get the TV, it's going to be probably on standard, and I highly recommend you go down to Game Optimizer. That way everything is set up to have lower lag and the proper refresh rates for playing games. So make sure you have it on Game Optimizer. Click that and then go back. Okay, and then go down to Advanced Settings. Click that. And if you're a really, really picky person, you can go through and try to adjust the color and stuff, but I think it's pretty nice right out of the box. One thing I wanted to talk about though was brightness. Now, if you're playing in a dark room all the time, you may not need to have 100% of your pixel brightness. You may be able to lower this, and that might actually help increase the life of your OLED pixels. But for me right now, I'm going to leave it on 100%, but I just thought I would note that. Okay, go back. Okay, go down to General. And we're going to go down to Game Optimizer and make sure we got some things checked off there. All right, now because we said that we're using gaming on this, it's filled in a bunch of stuff for us already. So you can see that we've already got our on low latency. That's important. And it should be saying roughly 120 frames per second. Now, I'm not sure why it's 119, but if it was saying 60 or something, then we'd know something was definitely not right. Okay, I left the game genre as standard. If there's somebody other that thinks there's a better setting, let me know in the comments below and I'll share it out. Now, at the bottom of this one here is pretty important. Prevent input lag. It might be set to standard. I'm putting on boost, so I want to have minimal input lag so that we are experiencing the fastest, no laggy flippers that we can. So select that on boost and click back. What else we got? I put G-Sync on, and then these are all my settings that I left, pretty much what they were on when I got this. Okay, kick back. Now you're going to go down to OLED Care, and you're going to go down to OLED Panel Care, And if you click on pixel cleaning, it'll talk about what it does for you. So essentially, at predetermined times or amount of hours that you've been watching on the screen, when you go to shut the screen off, it will do a pixel refresh, and it takes about 10 minutes and it needs to be off. So if it starts and you turn this on again, it will cancel that refresh, and it'll do it again the next time you shut it off. Now, if you're noticing any issues, you can manually go in here and you can literally say, I want to operate it now once the TV turns off, so once your gaming session's over. Or you could go to start now and literally will tell you it's going to turn the screen off and do that now. So I don't need it to do it now, so I'm just letting you know about the pixel refresh. It should happen automatically when you shut it off at a certain set amount of hours. Okay, click back. Now screen move, I would turn this on, and what it basically does is it takes all the pixels on the screen and it'll move it slightly up or down or left or right. And it's in order to try to change what brightness and display and color is going on that pixel, so it helps prevent image retention. I haven't seen it actually even do anything yet, so I'm going to wait till I see when I'm playing some pinball if I ever notice something weird, but so far I'm not noticing anything, so I'm going to leave this on. Adjust logo brightness. This is if you've got something stagnant on the screen to prevent image retention of it. So if you click on that, I would go from off to a minimum low, but I'm going to go to high, and that way if there's anything that's sitting there stagnant for too long, it'll reduce the brightness on that to help try to prevent some image retention. And we do have some stagnant stuff. We have our apron and instruction cards if you're playing a long time, and even in our pinup popper, part of the wheel arc is going to be sitting there all the time. So I'll see what it looks like once we've got baller installer going, but I'm going to leave this on high for now. Okay, and then last stuff, go back again. We're going to go down to System. We're going to go to Time and Timer, and you can set your time and your date and where you live, and then you're going to go down to Timers. And at the bottom, this auto power off after 4 hours. I would highly recommend you leave this on. That way, for whatever reason, the screens go stagnant and the vpin's up and going at a party and nobody's using it. At a minimum, at least after 4 hours, this will shut off and save the image retention. So that's an easy fix. And the last thing is energy saving. We paid a lot of money for this screen. We want to see it in all its glory, so I would just shut off the energy saving. That way you can see this thing in all its glory. All right, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to kick out of this, and we're all done. It is a wrap on another video from Way of the Wrench, this time on how to take care of your baby, your brand new OLED screen, as well as how to turn it on automatically and shut it off automatically, yet still have power to the screen so that it can do its pixel refreshing in the background. Sweet. If you have any questions about what we did, just put a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. What's up next? Oh, we're putting on a brand spanking new version of Baller Installer. So I'm going to do a quick update video for that and show you how to do the new updater on that so we can have all the brand new pinball software on here and ready to go. If you haven't already, why don't you join us on Instagram? That way you can see what's going on inside this cool shop in between videos. Until next time, take it easy.